This week on the Spotlight, we talk to the newest bull. He's been around the block and then some. We'll detail it. We flash back to 1990. Do you know this famous comedian? He loved the Hawks. Then, our 2011 Benkowski Trivia Championship match. More highlights from Salerno's. They seem to be enjoying themselves. And 2003. Can you figure out this cub? He's from a little island. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 23rd year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. The Dirty Sock has my trivia games, Wednesday, January 25th, and Thursday, February 2nd, both at 7:30 p.m. It's at 93rd and Roberts Road. They have great food, great drink, and great fun. Like to see you at the Dirty Sock. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Be safe with Sureway Insurance Company, 3312 North Milwaukee. Call my friend Jean at 773-282-2022. She has the answers on your auto, home, business, life coverage, including SR22 coverage drivers. Call Sureway Insurance.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did.
Well, they come from far away to dress up weird to the United Center. Mr. Sun over there, whatever. Anyway, we're back on the Spotlight. We're here to talk Bulls. And a couple of interesting Bulls. Very interesting side stories. And let's start with the world traveler. His name is Mike James. You probably don't know him. He's wearing number 8 for the Bulls right now. And because of some injuries, he's here for a bit. He's going to try to extend the stay as long as he can. Well into his 30s. He's seen a lot of action internationally. You name it, he's played there. We'll try to slowly along the bottom of the screen bring you some of his many basketball stops. But he hails from Long Island and ended up in Chicago. And he'll tell you a little bit about his career path right now. We're talking Bulls basketball, and Mike, just trying to get a feel for the pathway that got you here to Chicago. Tell us what you were doing earlier this year and last year, and how you got the call.
Well, last year was the first year that I was out of the league. I played in the CBA, the Chinese Basketball Association, last year, and then this year, you know, waiting to see what happened, I decided to go to the NBDL. Played in a showcase, played a few games. The general manager saw me play, and I guess they really wanted to see whether or not I still had a little bit of game or not. And I guess whatever I showed on the court obviously made them, you know, made the decision to bring me in. And it's just been a blessing. It's been a ride, you know, sometimes not a fun ride, but overall it's been a ride. And I'm grateful when accepted no other way.
Well, can you take us way back when to coming out of college and where you started in the NBA and some of your stops along the way?
Oh, wow. Coming out of college, you know, I played 3 years in Europe. And those were my first 3 years straight out of college. And then it's funny how I started off with a summer league tournament in Miami called the Ed Pinckney Summer League. And he was telling the Miami Heat about me, and he was like, there's this kid that just played in Europe. You guys need to give him a look. And so they finally came out and saw me play in his summer league. And so it's almost like a reunion, you know, the way that we back together again. But yeah, Miami came and saw me in the tournament and then invited me to camp. And then the rest has been history, and I started my NBA career from there.
Tell us a couple other stops along the way.
Oh, wow. Miami. Then from Miami, went to Boston, got traded to Detroit, won an NBA championship with Rip Hamilton in Detroit. We was part of that was part of probably one of the best teams I probably ever played for. It was a great situation. They used to call me a pit bull. Lindsey Hunter and I was the pit bulls on the team, and
Lindsey played here too.
Oh yeah, he's from this area, so that was probably a homecoming for him also. So yeah, it's Houston, played in Houston under Tibbs when he was an assistant coach there with Jeff Van Gundy. And
so Tibbs knew your skills.
Yes, he knew my work ethic. You know, he knew my skills. So if I would have came here out of shape or not working hard, he would have understood, like, that's not the Mike I remember. So, you know, there's still some traits there from when I played in the past still that I'm doing now.
Well, there's an interesting thing about language. You've played in all these different cities, but there's still a little something in the way you speak that tells me you're from somewhere in the New York area.
Yes, actually I'm from Amityville, Long Island.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you got a little bit of accent. Are you aware of that, the accent you have?
Some people say that I have an accent, others say I don't. So obviously it's there. I try not to. I don't have as deep accent, but I can easily get. You know, when I'm around my friends, I can easily adapt back to the way I used to speak. But overall, I don't really notice it as much.
Well, when you were a kid growing up, were you a Knicks or Nets fan?
I was. This is funny, but well, I was a Bulls fan because everybody was a Michael Jordan fan growing up. So
sure.
Yeah. So I really wasn't a Knicks fan growing up. You know, I really wasn't a Nets fan. I was more of a Bulls fan. They used to call me. They didn't like me too much for that because everyone around my neighborhood was Knicks fans, and they was like, "How you gonna be a Bulls fan?"
I had one brief trip to Long Island. I was out at that airport on the end there. I think it's called Islip or something like that. Islip.
Uh-huh.
And I took the train down Long Island to get into Manhattan.
Okay.
That was my only forego onto Long Island. And you, if you were going into the city, you had to take that train too, right?
Yes, definitely. You got to take the Long Island Railroads, is what they call them, LIRRs, or you just drive.
Right. Going through all the towns like Jamaica and all that. Yeah,
exactly.
So I did understand a little bit about that. And you must have played some like all-star games around the New York area too, growing up, right?
I definitely played in the Rucker, played in the Hunter, Nike program. They call it Get Exposure or Get Exposed. Played Dykeman, played West 4th Street. So I've been all through New York, all through New York City. They know me all through the 5 boroughs, all the way back to back home in Long Island.
So between that and Europe and the NBA, you might be a travel agent at some point in your life, right?
I guess when you love this game and you have such a passion for the game, you don't mind where you play. You just know that the game is the same. The basketball, the rims are the same height. The basketball is the same weight. The court is still 94 feet by 50. Only thing that changes is the people. But if your passion and your love is there, then you don't mind where it's at. You just enjoy playing the game.
Where have you been calling home in the off season?
Houston, Texas.
And that's working out for you?
Definitely. My family lives in Houston. My children, with my wife and my children. So we're in Houston, Texas now, and we're enjoying it.
Well, I wish you the best during your stay here, and just when you get out there, take it to the rack.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Good meeting you. Since 1955, Rosangela's Pizza has been there for you at 95th and California, across from Little Company Mary Hospital. You can call them at 708-422-2041. Everything homemade, including the sauce. Great beef and meatball sandwiches, pasta, chicken, seafood, desserts. Dine in for lunch and dinner. Rosangela's, 95th in California. It's always the season for Riley's Trick Shop at 6442 West 111th in Worth. Or you can call them at 708-448-0075. Right now they have football strip cards, a wide selection of Halloween costumes and tricks and treats. And then for later in the year, Santa suits. So for all your needs, especially Halloween, Riley's Trick Shop on 111th Street. Nuevo Leon, for the best Mexican cuisine since 1962. Serving every day from 7 a.m. to midnight. Conveniently located 1515 West 18th Street, just a block east of Ashland in Chicago. Of course, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a wide range of menu items. Everything from steak, seafood, to breakfast, to chicken, pork, dine-in, carry-out, tacos, enchiladas, everything you can imagine, and great quality in Nuevo Leon, 1515 West 18th. You've got to call Vince's Towing. If you need road service, flatbed service, or you want the highest price paid to you for a junk car, call 773-581-7647. They did a great job for me, and they'll do it for you. Call Vince's Towing, 773-581-7647. Randall Simon from the island of Curacao has been quite a find with clutch home runs and hits, those great stretches at first base, and I talked to him about hitting in the playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt. First of all, I thank God for it, and it was a great feeling knowing that, that's the reason that I came over here is to contribute, for us to go to the World Series and to win, things are going well. I'm having a great time, and every time I go out there, it's for me to give everything I got, to help my team to win. And thanks God it were a big hit for us to get another one.
Over here, there's a question.
Randall, they had sort of an unexpected downpour right before the game, delayed the game a little bit. How slick was it out there that first inning? People seem to be sliding.
It was really tough because, a lot of times when you go out there and the field is wet and, when they hit those ground balls to shortstop, the third base, it makes me, I have to concentrate a little bit more because I know that I have to anticipate, those bad throws because it's really wet. It was really wet at the time out there, and thanks God it wasn't a lot of so much ground balls that the guys had a tough time, to throw to me. So I think what Pryor did on the mound, it was unbelievable. So I think that was the key right there, that we could just do the thing right.
Les?
Randall, can you talk about the fact that, again, the whole Pittsburgh connection did it tonight? Kenny gets on base to start the first. You get the two-run hit. Aramis gets the big insurance RBI. All three of you really have done it here.
I think one thing is that, it's just a blessing for us to be here because, like I always say, at our position, there could be a lot of other third basemen and center fielder and first baseman, but they chose us. So, I think that right there just make us, so strong-minded and prepare our mind and go out there with our plan to help, our team to win. And I think you can see that when we go out there, we give everything we got. And, Arami been unbelievable, same as Kenny, and of course, I got to try to do the same, so they keep me going. And, it's great to see, Rami and Kenny do their own thing out there, and, it kept me going and it pumps me up. So, every time when I go out there, me and Moise, and Sam and all that, we having a great time out there. And I think that's the key to our success because we enjoying the game and, we going out there, having fun at the same time, giving everything we got. And I think every time we do that, it's really tough to beat us.
And the strong rumor at that time, in the fall of '03, was that Cito Gaston would be the next White Sox manager, but nobody knew Kenny Williams was picking Ozzie Guillen. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero, Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. You've got to get to Kelly's Tavern. I had a wonderful time there on that snowstorm Friday, and it can only get better. It's at 4403 South Wallace. It's my new Hot Southside Trivia site. I'll be there again February 3rd and February 17th at 8 p.m. It's a great game with fun people. You can come out, have a beer and play, bring some friends, and there's room in the game for you. Kelly's Tavern, 4403 South Wallace. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years, excellence, top billiard tables, the place where the action is, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet in Munster. We flash back to 1990. Familiar face, wearing some interesting red leather clothing, and Michael talks about his relationship with Scotty.
We gelled to know each other and able to gamble and yet cover each other's back. I think both of us now are more or less chasing the steals and trying to make an all-defensive team, and which is a good challenge for both of us. I think it shows maturity with Scotty because now he's setting goals for himself and striving to reach those goals, which is great. It makes him improve as a player. And if I can continue to be a competition for Scotty, then I think it's just going to make both of us better.
I'd just like to get a follow-up from you about the discussion you had with Michael about that and seeing yourselves amongst the leaders in the league.
Well, it's something that we work hard on, and when we're out on the court, we compete against see who's going to get the most steal. We don't, give out all-out effort gambling a whole lot where we, hurt the team, but we really work hard on helping out a lot and working on steals. I think me and Michael worked real hard on being a great defensive tandem. We help one another out. We're able to switch and guard whichever player, that we're guarding. And it's something that, I guess helped us be a better defensive team.
Speaking of young, Jeremy Roenick, age only 20, was on his way to bringing the Blackhawks to the Stanley Cup Finals and was just getting his scoring in gear. And young goaltender Jimmy Waite was a product of the future that everyone touted, but never quite panned out as the great goaltender because of Ed Belfour. Arturs Irbe was the goalie for the Russian Red Army, but he was saying at this time he wanted to be in the NHL, and he would come to the National Hockey League and play well. Very intriguing. Couldn't get him to joke around, but probably the best celebrity interview ever was with John Candy in the Blackhawks locker room talking about Canadian hockey players.
If you're Canadian and male, you have to play hockey for X amount of years.
What'd you play?
Left wing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Booming slap shot?
No, a good wrist shot, though. Good wrist shot, nice backhand.
Known to mix it up a little bit in the corners?
Yeah, a little bit. I had my fair share.
You and Wayne Van Dorp probably could.
There was always little guys who used to beat me up, though, all the time. I tell you, the big guys that got handled, those little guys that get you down there, and they couldn't find them,
Did you enjoy Paul Newman's movie Slapshot?
Oh,
Live any memories through that?
That was hysterical. God, I knew guys like that, like the Hanson brothers. We played in industrial leagues in there, and God, that's very accurate, that movie. It was a good picture.
Opening day is always pretty special. It's the rebirth of America's pastime after a dormant winter, and it's pretty exciting. Just like when the apple trees blossom and the cherry trees blossom, that's a time of celebration.
Pretty poetic. Thanks.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood,
a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
Lanigan's Irish Pub is the place to be at 3119 West 111th Street, right by Kedzie. Live music on Sunday with Fast Eddie. Drink specials daily, including $1.50 domestic bottles on Thursday, $3 Guinness on Tuesday. Call for karaoke information on Friday. Party room, too. All that available at Lanigan's Irish Pub, 3119 West 111th Street on the beautiful south side of Chicago. Get there, Lanigan's Irish Pub. Lindy's Chili, Gertie's Ice Cream at 110th and Kedzie has it all. From fresh-made burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken, turkey, Polish, shrimp, tuna, barbecue, ham, tamales, quesadillas. They've got salads and plenty of ice cream with sundaes, banana splits, and seasonal favorites. Get all these things at Lindy's Chili, which is where I start, 110th and Kedzie. We're back at the 2011 Benkowski Trivia Championship title match at Salerno's, and we pick up the questioning. Take it away, Benkowski.
It's a fifth from the 50s. It's one word, sung by a female, a movie theme.
Does my lover feel what I feel when he comes?
Tammy is correct. Tammy, the Salerno, to 370, very close to the intensity. It's a ladies only challenge. Now those of you regulars on the circuit, you know what this is about. We have an interesting one, I think. It'll be Make It Rain Against the Dirty Sock, most occupied piercings. So send up your lady player with the most occupied piercings. And if you have more than the other team, you win this. Sock lady, come up. Two. Okay, they have two. Can you still get it, right? They've announced they have two. I have three. All right, I see two. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I see three. She's got three to win. All right, 3 wins it for Make It Rain. Did I say that right? Yeah, Make It Rain wins it. 140, 190 is your total now. That was big for you. 30 sock up on a corner. Right back in this. That's all you got to do. I can come back. That's all you got to do. 30 sock, you're up. Take a look. Oh, yeah. This White Sox had a batting average of .331 during his Sox career, played in 1,700 games, an on-base percentage of .426, ended up in the Hall of Fame. Played other places too. Who was this guy way back when? Luke Appling. Luke Appling is a great try. That's a great try. Not it. We go to Renegades. Played way back when. .331 Sox batting average, 1,700 games. On base of .428. Hall of Famer. 5 seconds. Going. Did you say Frank Thomas? He's too recent. We're looking for a way back player, and we go to Charlie Horse Munster. Eddie Collins is right. That's a big play. 100, and that brings them to 410 and the lead. Charlie Horse Munster takes the lead. Auntie Tony.
Is music still available? Then TV, please. Hi, honey. How you doing over there?
Doris Roberts won an Emmy in 1983. Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. Two-word title. There was a Dr. Ehrlich in it.
Don't tell him what to do. He's
5 seconds.
I know. Next thing she'll say is lay down, Mike.
Going. Going. So sorry. We go to J and B. St. Elsewhere is right. So 160, J and B to 490, and the lead. Chicago Sharks. This guy played in 400 Cub games. He had a .336 average. He had approximately 500 hits as a Cub. Why the hell did they get rid of him? It was in many of our lifetimes he played.
Bill Madlock.
Bill Madlock is correct. 120. Go to 450. Went to the 5. King Salerno. Music's not available. Baseball or TV? I heard baseball first. Okay, it's ladies roll the ball. So you're going to roll the ball closest to the box, bocce style. It'll be... Make it stick. Make it stick.
Oh, you should love it. What the hell? Why didn't you make me spoil?
You see the spoon? That's your record.
Nice roll, Michelle.
Had a 388 one year. With a minimum of 500 bats. The Premier Sox average. Circa 1936 this occurred. Luke Appling is right. The 160. And the Cobblers. 360. Starting pitcher. What a year he had 1 year. Way, way, way back. He had a 1.27 ERA. 369 innings pitched. 118, lost 20. Who was he? What, are you asking me something? I said he won 18 and lost 20. 5 seconds.
Ed Walsh.
Ed Walsh is right. And so J&B to 690. And with that...
And that just about wraps up our presentation of championship trivia for this week. But I know we'll have more in the future. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.